guys, and welcome back to Lady Jane Books. Today I have another book haul. This past week I ventured out into the wild, into the unknown, and into Barnes & Noble bookstore. I have not been to Barnes & Noble in about a year. I really try to avoid stores if I can now. So this was a real treat. I decided to go to Barnes & Noble bookstore and engage in some retail therapy. For most girls, retail therapy means Prada, Gucci, Hermes. And for this girl, it's Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble was having a sale. And so I got all of these books for buy one, get one half off. And then I used a gift certificate for the remaining balance because Lady Jane Books loves to get the most amount of books for the least amount of money. And I got a lot of really exciting reads, so let's dive in. The first book I picked up was Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have already read this book. I already have another copy of it. It's the larger paperback, not the cool mass market one. But I read this edition in high school when I first discovered Daphne du Maurier. And so this has a lot of nostalgia for me. We all know Netflix has done a remake of Rebecca starring Lily James, I believe. And we also all know that when Hollywood gets their hands on a fantastic story, they also seem to get their hands on the literature behind it. And I'm seeing a lot more copies with the movie tie-in cover, and that's one of my pet peeves. I hate movie tie-ins. No, Hollywood. I have a sneaking suspicion that this edition is going to go away pretty soon. So I wanted to pick up one with the red satin and the beautiful typography because this was nostalgia for me. And I wanted to get a copy before it became extinct. This is less of a on Lady Jane's TBR list and more of a Lady Jane is hoarding books type of situation. But I'm happy about it. The next book I picked up is They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman. This was a complete cover buy for me. I think it's really cool, really preppy looking. I've heard that this book is the epitome of modern dark academia. I believe it follows a mystery in which a girl was murdered by her boyfriend, and now everybody's kind of being an amateur detective and seeing if the boyfriend really killed her. I believe it takes place at an elite high school, so it sounds really, really good. It sounds like a good mystery thriller type of situation. So I'm really excited about this one. This one's going to be good. The next book I purchased is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Brigid Kemmerer. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. I have been eyeing this ever since it was announced that it was going to be published. This is a fairy tale retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and I found that I really enjoy fairy tale retellings such as Cinder by Marissa Myers and A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So when I saw that there was another one in the works, I put it on my TBR list and my wish list for a long time. But I saw this one was on sale, so my time has come to pick it up. The next novel I purchased is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I absolutely love Marissa Meyer's series of the Lunar Chronicles. I have read Cinder and I have read Scarlet, and I'm really enjoying that series. I haven't progressed any farther than that, but when I saw that Heartless, I believe, is a standalone and that it was on sale, I wanted to pick this up. I believe that this follows the Queen of Hearts from the Alice in Wonderland universe, and it's a retelling of her backstory and how she became the Queen of Hearts and her personality. So this is going to be pretty cool. Can we also just appreciate the step back here? I mean, wow. This is what I love. I love when publishers add the little extra flair, even to like a paperback, to really make the reading experience super enjoyable for the reader. The next book I purchased is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. I had never heard of this book before I saw it in the store. And what first caught my attention is that it obviously won a lot of book awards. So I decided to look a little bit closer at it. This follows Amanda Hardy, who is a new girl at her school. While navigating the waters of her new school, she becomes very close with a boy named Grant, and it becomes evident that she may have feelings for him. However, Amanda has a secret. At her previous school, Amanda was known as Andrew, and she is now struggling with how to tell Grant and if she should tell Grant. I think this is going to be a very poignant, a very rich read. I think it's going to be very deep and meaningful. I have never read a book about a person who is transgender, so I'm really excited to learn about this and read about it, and I think this is going to be such a rewarding read. The next book I purchased is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I believe I originally heard about this book from Books Yada Yada. I believe she was talking with another booktuber about it, and that piqued my interest. So when I saw it on the sale rack, definitely went for it. Sadie is about a girl whose little sister was murdered. Sadie goes missing in search of the man who killed her. I've heard that this is a very interesting style of novel because it also includes a podcast. I think it is a true crime podcast of the little sister's murder. And so it toggles between Sadie's point of view and what the podcast is talking about. So maybe that's how we unravel the details of the case and the crime. So this sounds really, really good. I'm excited for it. Also by Courtney Summers, I purchased Cracked Up to Be. I do not know much about this novel. I believe it's about a girl who has the seemingly perfect life, being the perfect daughter, girlfriend, best friend, that type of thing. But she has a secret, I believe, and that secret may threaten her perfect image. So I don't know too much else about it, but it was, right next to Sadie, so I think it would be really, really cool. Can I say I love the juxtaposition of the use of color on these novels, with Sadie being red and then this being green, and they're highlighting the clothes. It looks really, really cool. So I'm excited that I got these at the same time. And the final novel I bought is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I have been eyeing this for years. When I first discovered BookTube and Goodreads, I saw this book absolutely everywhere, and I added it to my to-be-read list way back in the day, but I never got around to it. So when I saw that it was one of these books on sale and part of the Remnant Chronicles, I decided to pick it up. I believe this is YA, but I don't know what other type of genre it would be. I believe it follows a princess who absconds away from her marriage on her wedding day, and she settles in with the common folk and tries to live peacefully and blend in. But an assassin then comes after her. So this sounds like it's going to be a lot of adventure, a lot of fun, and pretty cool. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I know my lighting might be a little bit off. It's a strange weather day. The lights are kind of weird, and so please bear with me. I like to call it just cozy weather, but some people call it drab. No! Oh, it ripped. Oh, that just made my day go to crap. My copy of Rebecca is ripped. Oh. Oh. Well, somebody's having a bad day now. Now Jane's going to be in a mood all the rest of the day. And yes, I know that Netflix has just done a movie with Lemony Snicket. No. The next book I purchased is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by who? is this author? Bridget Kemmerer. Jane. And the final book I purchased is The Kiss of Deception by I don't know who. The final book I purchased is The Kiss of Deception by Mary? Is her name Mary? I don't know. Oh, Jane, you should really know what you bought. I made brownies today. It is so cold and rainy and gross. I was thinking I have to be a little bit creative, and I decided to make some brownies, like fudgy brownies. And oh my god, they smell so good. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to light a candle. I'm gonna have the Addams Family going on in my background. I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea, have a brownie, and read my book. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm so mad about my ripped copy of Rebecca. It's like the world doesn't want me to have this. If I have to order another copy, so be it. I will do that. Don't care. Even if I have to pay my own money. I understand why Hollywood wants to put like their movie tie-in covers on the books to sell them and garner interest and make the connection. But seriously, I feel like if people can't figure out that the original book cover is the same as the movie, then they got other problems. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think they need to ruin beautiful book covers just because they made a movie about it. Welcome to my TED Talk.